Let's make a Bible tassel together. The inspiration for this Bible tassel is this ribbon here. Typically, I pick my yarn first, but this time I'm going to choose it last. And I am going to try and match up all of the colors in that ribbon to other pieces that I'll use in this Bible tassel. The only color I'm not going to use is yellow. It just became a little too overwhelming in this Bible tassel. I had so many pink ribbons and I thought I had found the perfect one to match the color on my inspiration ribbon, but it was a little thicker than what I wanted. So I decided to kind of go back and find something that was a little less thick. So I found a nice pink lace, which I think was so beautiful and it actually matched up really well. But then I kind of had to go back and choose a different light pink because it was too close to the dark pink that I had. I have so many light pink options to choose from. It was actually really hard to narrow it down, but ultimately I went with sort of a classic option. Then I added a crocheted lace, which I felt gave it a nice vintage touch. And finally, we get to choose our yarn. The yarn ends up being actually a pretty big component of the Bible tassel, and so it's important to not let it overtake your Bible tassel. In terms of color, so I decided to go with more muted, soft tones for the yarn. I have a couple of other videos that go a little bit more in depth teaching you how to make a Bible tassel, but the main points are that I cut my ribbon to about 17 inches. People are always asking me too, how many pieces of yarn do I use? And this really just depends on how thick you want your Bible tassel to be. For this Bible tassel in particular, I used 10 pieces of pink and 10 pieces of the off-white. This is going to give it a bit more of a chunkier look. I also use thick yarn, so if you have thinner yarn, you may end up needing to use more to get it more bulky. For selling purposes and because I like to keep my store stocked, I make 4 tassels at a time. You, of course, do not have to do it that way. If you want a more in-depth tutorial on how to lay your ribbon in your yarn, you can look at my first pinned video. I use twine to tie the Bible tassels, and this is what the beads are going on. And then I make sure to measure about 11 to 12 inches from bead to bead. Then I'm going to trim them up a little bit, put a cross charm on them, and these will be ready to go.